Hi, welcome to our Wednesday of Author Bible Study. My name is John. I'm the pastor of First United Methodist Church here in Mountain City, Tennessee, and Trade United Methodist Church in Trade, Tennessee. Well, it's a kind of rainy day here in Mountain City, but it's been cold all week. I'm ready for spring. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for some pretty springtime weather. Well, hey, I've got a new mug I want to share with you guys. I went ahead and put it in my actually going to use collection. We went up to the Smokies last week, Gail and I did, and I got a new mug. It says Great Smoky Mountains, and it's got beautiful fog on the mountains. I just absolutely love that. Kind of nice wraparound graphic. And the handle is just awesome. It's one of those you can kind of hang on to really easily without making your hand cramp. So I'm really enjoying my new mug. Okay. Today I thought we'd spend some time talking about the Christian calendar. I know I've done that different times with different parts of the Christian year, but we are wrapping up the season of Lent, and we're fixing to go into Holy Week in about 2 weeks. So I thought we'd talk about that. Just as a brief recap, the Christian calendar has been developed over centuries by the church as a way of helping us keep track of the important parts of Christ's life, helping us organize our worship. It's not found in the Bible per se, but it is all strictly based on events from the Bible. Oh, Bob's in the house. There we go. Hey, Bob, glad you're with us. Yeah, it's rainy up here today too, but at least it's not snowing. So, hey, we'll be thankful for that. Glad you're with us. So our Christian calendar helps us kind of organize our worship. So Lent, which began on Ash Wednesday, we talked about Ash Wednesday and Mardi Gras and stuff like that, began the season of Lent, season of preparation for Easter, and Lent concludes with Holy Week. We have our Palm Sunday celebration the week before Easter, and that week between Palm Sunday and Easter Sunday is known as Holy Week. And it echoes the events of the last week of Christ's life before the crucifixion. Now, that's obviously not the last week ever, because we have the crucifixion, and then, thanks be to God, we've got the resurrection. But we need to remember these things. So Holy Week is a special emphasis where we think about what Christ did for us and what it means and what it calls forth from us. So let me start with Palm Sunday. That is, like I said, the Sunday before Easter. And that is the day that Jesus entered Jerusalem to begin that last week before the crucifixion. And it's the day of celebration, a day where we remember the triumphal entry, and a lot more going into detail about that. Something that a lot of churches do, and something we need to be mindful of, is that sometimes we do a Palm/Passion Sunday. Passion is the old word for the suffering and crucifixion of Christ. And so when you hear something about a passion play or the Passion of Christ, that is the suffering, the torture that he went through, and then the crucifixion itself, leading up to his death on the cross. So some churches do a Palm/Passion Sunday, because it's really important that we don't go from the high of the triumphal entry and people shouting "Welcome to Jesus," to the high of the resurrection without going through the cross. I mean, the resurrection is meaningless without the crucifixion, and we need to be reminded of the price that Jesus paid for our sins. So some churches that don't have a Good Friday observance will do a Palm and Passion Sunday. We are doing a Good Friday observance, and I'm getting ahead of myself just a bit. A Good Friday is the day that Jesus was actually crucified and died on the cross. Why is it good? Well, it was good for me and you because we have forgiveness of our sins. So not good for Jesus. I'm sorry. I'll talk to whoever that is a little bit later. So, yes, Holy Week begins with Palm Sunday, and we will be doing a separate Good Friday observance here at First Church in Mountain City. Then everybody's invited to come to that. So each day of the week has different emphases. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are just kind of general days. Different churches do different things with them. This week here at First Church, we're going to be doing our traditional Holy Week services as in cooperation with the Mountain City Ministerial Alliance. Local churches are coming together here in our sanctuary at noontime each day of Holy Week, and different area pastors are going to be bringing a short message and some music. We have each church is also bringing like a soup and sandwich lunch. So at noontime, you're welcome to come, and we'll have soup and sandwiches, and then have a time of worship and a little bit of music there. So it's a good way to observe our Holy Week. Now, on Thursday of Holy Week, that is known oftentimes as Maundy Thursday. And a Maundy Thursday service remembers Christ washing the disciples' feet. So it includes a foot washing. As part of our noontime Holy Week services, we're not doing a foot washing, but we are doing a hand washing. We just figured it would be more logistically possible in our limited time constraint to do that at a noontime on Thursday. So Maundy Thursday is about Christ washing the disciples' feet, and that leads into the Last Supper, and then Friday is the day of the crucifixion itself. Jesus beginning at the Garden of Gethsemane, being arrested and taken before Pilate, and then being flogged and going to the cross. On Good Friday, I'll be doing the Good Friday noontime service, but in the evening we'll be having a service of Tenebrae, a service of shadows, which is a different kind of service in general. We are an Easter people. We Christians are Easter people. We celebrate the resurrection. We give thanks to God for the life that he gives us. But it's really important to remember what that life cost. And so the service of shadows is an extended meditation on the suffering and crucifixion of Christ. It is almost the opposite of our Advent celebration, which kind of makes sense. We'll have a number of readings about the Passion story, the crucifixion story, and we'll be extinguishing candles in between them. Our choir will have some rather somber music, and we end the service in darkness and in silence, which is very, very different from the way we normally end our services. We end the service as a way of showing our waiting for Easter. Now, next week at our time together, we'll be talking about Easter and things like that. But this week is all about just talking about our Holy Week and why we do that. And a lot of folks wonder why it isn't the same time every year. I mean, Christmas is always December 25th. Why is Easter bouncing around? Well, the date of Easter, the date of Christ's crucifixion and resurrection, is based on the Jewish calendar. I mean, we have the date that he was crucified and was resurrected, and so we use the Jewish calendar reckoning to set the date of Easter. And based on the fact that the Jewish calendar is a lunar calendar, Easter for us Christians in the Western Hemisphere is the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. Yeah, that's right. The first Sunday after the first full moon of the spring equinox, after the spring equinox. So first full moon of spring, and the full moon set the beginnings of the month for the Jewish calendar, and we, as the Christian Church, set it on a Sunday. So it moves. It's always on a Sunday, but it kind of moves around to keep close to the actual date. It's what is known as a movable feast. as opposed to Christmas, which is a fixed feast. It's always on December 25th. There are long and frankly bloody discussions over why that is. There were some Irish Christians who were put to death by the Roman Catholic Church back centuries ago because they were doing Easter as a fixed feast based on their reckoning of the actual date of the resurrection. And the church higher up said nope. And there was some battles. There were some folks convicted of heresy and killed. So yeah, church politics can get bloody at times. But anyway, so Easter moves around every year. This year, Easter is on April 9th. The first Sunday of April is Palm Sunday, and it's 2 Sundays from now. So we're getting kind of close. Lent has been a time of preparation, and I hope that we've been getting ready to celebrate, getting ready to properly welcome the resurrected Christ, getting rid of all the things that hold us back. So I hope you found that interesting. And when you hear folks talk about Holy Week or wonder what that's all about, I hope that helps you kind of know what's going on and not feel left out. If that didn't make sense, or you have other questions, don't hesitate to shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to talk to you about that. So have a blessed week, and you guys take care. Next week we'll talk about Easter and the festivities around Easter itself, and I hope you find that interesting as well. So you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time.